Hey guys, what's up? It's Anthony Dezette with Let's Chat LPT.com. I am super excited today. I got David Snowberger here live. We have a really cool announcement, and he posted this in our Texas LPT Agent Real Estate group. I wasn't aware of it, but I'm super excited about this. 700 agents in the great state of Texas right now have partnered with LPT Realty in really a short time. And David's one of the leaders leading that charge in this movement right now. So I want to just give him a minute to chat with you guys about this, introduce himself, and maybe he'll share a little bit why he joined LPT Realty also. What's up, Dave?
Yeah, let's go for it. Hey, Anthony, thanks for having me on. I know we've talked about doing this for a while, so let's get to it.
Yes, we have.
So the 700 agents is the Facebook page. We're at, I think we recently cracked 1,200 agents in Texas, actually, as Texas agents. However, ones that participate on a regular basis that didn't bring their license over and basically, I would say, park it in hopes for a better market or performing right now. We've got about 700 top performers in that Facebook group that contribute at a high level. So that's one thing that I was excited about today was that hitting that in a short amount of time, in less than a year, having 700 people join the group was pretty cool to me. So
That is big, man. 700 people, considering we got 1,200. So, yeah, stand corrected on that. We got 1,200 agents in Texas, that have partnered with LPT Realty, which is a big number, too. Super exciting. But you're right, man. 700 agents in your Texas LPT Facebook group. That's massive, man. Why do you think so many people are joining the group, and why do you think the growth has been so fast paced and awesome lately?
one of the things that I think people are joining the group for is that we're a cloud-based brokerage, right? So we need something that even though we have some hub offices around Texas, there's one here in the Austin, Texas area. That's the one I'm in. I know that Dallas, like Bill Helton and those guys up there, have one. I know they're working on something over there, and then you've got a buddy in Houston. I know that's got a hub office, a Nexus office, right? Um, so I think that the Facebook group is somewhere that everybody can gravitate towards. That when we first started over here, I was agent number who knows what with LPT. But I remember there's only one single Facebook page, and people would ask questions like, "Hey, can somebody work an open house?" And it's just kind of like, "Hey, we're all over the place. Like, where do you want this open house? Is it Florida? Is it in Texas? You're like, where is it?" Um, and so I just found the need that we needed a localized Facebook page, localized to Texas. Um, and then all I would do is try to build that page, and then hopefully I could build it well enough to where I could just put some admins in there and step out of it. But people, admins that were really interested in sharing as much as they could and taking their time and their efforts in making that another nice little side hustle of their business in a sense, because we all know as Facebook pages turn to gold with referrals.
Oh, yeah.
So, I've definitely done some referrals out of that group, and we've sent some referrals off. So that's one reason why I love the Facebook group. I love it because we can sit there, and even though we can't be in the same room all the time, but I can mastermind with agents that you're one of the few ones in there that's actually I've allowed in for that's outside of Texas, right? Because you have a
Yep.
strong influence, and we wanted some of your input on some stuff, so we invited you in. But to say that the Facebook group, I don't know any brokerages that have a 100% hit rate with everybody that's a participant in the Facebook group. So I feel that having more than 60% of our agents in Texas in that group is a pretty good win. And it's a win for everybody because people can get in there and ask their questions of, what do I do in this case? I saw a young lady earlier ask something like, how would this home drop $129,000 in value within 1 year? You know, and like people read that and they start pouring in their opinions, right? Whether they're right or they're wrong, it's Facebook, so you're going to get opinion regardless, right? So
Because, yeah, we've been a part of other cloud based brokerages. And what I like is that we build in this community and this collaboration together. And it's not like all these people are, like you said, just in your downline. And that's what happens with some of these companies. They create these what they call these silos, where they make it super exclusive to only the people that partner with them. And that's something I've liked from the jump about LPT Realty is that we're open to everybody. If you're a part of this company and you could be in who knows what downline, whatever team, whatever it may be, being able to share, contribute, collaborate, communicate together in a group like this. And then again, people don't feel left out because it's not this big crazy group. LPT's exceeded 10, 12, somewhere 1,000 agents right now. And we have an LPT group but it's true. Like you have a specific place to deal with Texas issues that can really help agents grow. And again, they don't have to be part of your immediate downline to contribute, to ask great questions, and to do amazing things together.
I think it's the agent choice thing. Still, we're the only brokerage doing that. I know some people have some other brokerages have some similar models, or maybe trying to do the whole R&D model of rip off and duplicate. Um, but right now, that's what it is. Is it's value. It's the value proposition, and value is a word that gets the hell beat out of it constantly, right? So that's everywhere we turn in the real estate world. We talk about we've got to provide value or value or value. But these days, what agents want, I think, is more value and less money going out, especially since 23 and 24 have been a little bit rougher on the average agent. Even myself, I can see my business has dipped a little bit, and we've definitely tightened up things over here. But that was one great thing that LPT provided to us was the option to go with, either the business builder model. And when I felt I was in a position, I could leave that business builder model for the brokerage partner model, which I am now. It's a different split, but it opens up a lot more avenues for me where I do get, the rev share. I joined at an earlier stage in with LPT, so I've got a multiplier on any stock that I use, or any stock that I earn. And so it's great when we can attract people in. We're kind of incentivized by that. But that was one of the things was if you leverage the incentives that the brokerage like this can give you, it's a no-brainer, right? So we're one of only other two or three models that I know that have this type of object or this model set up to where we can come in here, build our business, and then thrive, and then receive some of those other things that we want in life, right? Some of that mailbox money that we hear so many other people talking about, the revenue share, and then the stock. I mean, once we go public, I think I've already accumulated somewhere like 3,000 shares of stock, which is fantastic, right? And so do I sit here and bank on that? Am I worried about that every day? No, that's just something I can put away. When I was at a different brokerage, a different two-letter brokerage, I was there for years, and I don't have one share of stock of theirs. Why? Because they're not public, you know. So it made the benefit to me, and then now we've got some true innovators in the company and some true innovators joining the company, and I think that's one of the best things that I see on the horizon for us is that a lot of these big names joining LPT are joining for a reason because they see a vision, and the visions can always be, that's another one of those buzzwords where people roll their eyes. Oh, vision, everybody's got a vision, right? I don't care about visions. I just sell houses. I just want to sell houses. I want more money in my pocket at the end of the day. Perfect. Then we've got a spot for you, right? We've got the business builder model. It's a $5,000 cap. Within 10 transactions, your cap's paid off. You get to keep 100% of your money less a 195 transaction fee, right? Boom. What a great model. There's no other I gotchas or fees for this or that. You get to plug in wherever you want. Wherever you want a fee, you can go out and find it. Because we do have other models that we're introducing to where, I heard a saying was that I can't afford not to have a monthly fee because I want some of the tools out there that the brokerage as a whole can go out and negotiate a way better deal than I can. So in the business partner model that I'm in, right, is I get all these great things now, like Zudelio and what is this? Just the prospecting leads, which are pretty cool so far, which is just predictive analytics. Once you understand predictive analytics, we've used those in the past. That could be a pretty cool thing because you're just marketing to people that are an algorithm is saying is more than likely to sell. We get that in this package. The AM cards, which if you've ever used any type of handwritten notes or things like this is done for you stuff. You plug in, boom, send it, you're done. The WellGuard, which is the telehealth, right? And so for $89 a month, I'm getting telehealth. Like, come on, with lots of you know uh, discounts. Yeah, the Zoom got a full suite of Zoom right now. What else? The lead discount. I mean, I could just keep going on and on and on. But I mean, Robert Palmer and his crew have put together and went out and negotiated all these things for us. And it's not going to stop there. It's not like in a year they're going to continue or stop adding things to this and say, well, we're going to add these two more platforms, but we got to jack up your price $10 a month. Will justify the $10, look at it and say, God dang, I'd go to $100 a month to pay for all these tools when each one of these tools is probably $100 by itself. So those are the type of things that I feel is the reason why we're having such growth in Texas is that they come in business builder model. If they've been struggling, they can plug into that. They pay less commission. You got a $10,000 commission. Bam, you get $500 off that, or $695, right? So $195 transaction fee. So you're looking at what, $9,300. So versus a 80-20 traditional, 20% off the top of the 10, 8 grand to you. So already you got a $1,300 raise right off the bat. Pretty good.
No, not bad at all. And I mean, if you play in part the listing power tools and all the other things right now, I did some math the other day and I was like, wow, if you were paying for this as a mega agent, let's say you're taking 10, 20, 30, 50 listings a year, that money adds up on top of all this. Well, man, you're definitely excited. I see it. I hear it, And I know this is some future stuff we're talking about, but I mean, you obviously know as a shareholder now of LPT Realty, we have exciting news and different things we're finding out. What are you most excited about for the future with LPT Realty? If someone's looking at this company right now and saying, hey, I'm thinking about joining, I want a 3, 5, 10 year plan. What are you most excited about with the future of LPT Realty?
Really, it's what I already mentioned right there is that I'm enjoying watching the leadership put together the growth plan and go out and find people that are interested in growing and have the same type of like mindset to grow. That's one thing that I haven't been able to do yet is basically align myself with the leadership. However, if I continue to do the things I do and they're doing all the things they do, I know we'll all start coming together and working together. I feel that I have a lot more to offer than just the regular agent that wants to come in and just sell real estate. I'm at a point in my career where I want to help the company grow. So that's the most exciting thing is that I'm getting that opportunity to help it grow by growing my own business. Make sense?
It does, and that's exactly why I'm here, man. I've grown a nice size organization, and you're part of my organization, and that's what I'm super excited about. Looking at this differently, and how many people can we help? I tell people all the time, I set my intention daily on helping people or helping someone achieve their goals, and that's what I see. A 3, 5, 10 year plan with LPT Realty, man, is that I believe I can truly help a lot of real estate agents. One, save money during this crazy time. Two, grow their business during this crazy time. It's something I did in 2008, 2009, 2010 when the real estate market shit the bed. I grew my real estate business 5, 10x during that time. And now talking to agents and helping them kind of achieve that vision, put that plan in place to ultimately grow. Because the people that are doing it now, like you and I, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, we're going to wake up and be like, holy shit, yes, was that tough? But the fact is, we survived and thrived through the whole thing. And in 5 years, man, watch, this is going to be crazy.
Yeah, I think so. And if we keep this trajectory, which I believe we'll do, um, it should be a no brainer. One of the things that I research the hell out of this company, and that's not something I do a lot, right? So I usually take the Grant Cardone method of commit first and then figure it out later, right? But I didn't want to make just a jump because I was at a kind of a crossroads when I was leaving Compass. And I was just, what do I want to do? And should I go back to EXP that I liked a lot? And I really, had questioned myself over leaving. Do I look at Real over here of what they have to offer, which I did. And then I looked at LPT. But one thing that struck me was that, you know, Robert Palmer said he wanted to create 1,000 millionaires with this new company, right? And I'm like, well, how many agents do they have now? And these are the questions that I asked. I'm like, well, that would put me in the first 1,000 that joined, and so I just kind of like banking on that was like, what could be the worst thing that happened is that I don't make a million, which isn't possible, but you know what I mean. So it's just kind of like I liked the message and I believed in it, and that's hard for me to do. Like I'm not a guy that believes in like other people's visions really. I believe really in my own. And in real estate, you have to rely on yourself to make money, and you have to rely on yourself every day you go out. And typically your broker really doesn't do a lot for you, unless you plug in. There's definitely some brokerages where you can go plug in and be there every day and whatever else. But if you're doing that, when you're selling real estate, and over here, I actually believed in Robert Palmer's vision and where he was going with it. And then every time that they've made a step forward, it's like I remember him talking about it 3 months prior, 2 months prior, or back in his original message. Or I was a facilitator where I did some of the lunch and learns, right, to where we would talk a little bit more about LPT. And I really dove into all that stuff because I really feel like if you don't know the model, how is anybody going to want to join it? So if you don't know everything about the model, then how the hell are you going to attract people to the company that are like-minded like you that want to grow? So I went and made sure that I knew everything about the model before I could really start doing those type of meetings. But anyway, to answer your question, yeah, I mean, I believed in somebody else's vision, which was very hard for me to do. I mean, I can't say that I've ever believed in GK's vision. It was already there. I can't say that I ever believed in Glenn Sanford's vision because he never shared it with me. You know, I can't. Robert Refkin's vision, like, don't know the first thing about the guy, but for some reason, this guy Robert Palmer made it available to us that say, "Hey, look, this is who I am. This is what I bring to the table. I'm not a real estate agent. I'm not a brokerage, but I'm going to grow and I'm going to plug in the best real estate agents, the best leadership in the real estate business. I'm going to grow the hell out of this business, and everybody that is within his power is going to benefit from it, right? Whether you're an agent that lists 5 homes a year or sell 5 homes a year or 500 a year, you're going to get really kind of treated the same. And
It's different, Dave, is that every Monday we have this thing called Motivational Monday. It's something, that has struck me about LPT Realty is the simplicity. Like we say, one, real estate first. And again, that's a big vision because the fact is, like, I was at another company. I let my real estate team business go. I focused on attraction, not a bad gig, but ultimately had to go look for another avenue. Staying focused on selling real estate, you always control your life, your business, your income. And then you got this vision of a company that could offset it with revenue share and stocks and things like that. But something that, and I don't know if you put this together yet, but I have, from the very beginning, Robert Palmer has made it a no. I mean, every Monday he comes on, he addresses the entire company every single Monday. So you said something earlier about GK and Glenn and others, but how often did you hear from them? How often as the leaders of those companies did you truly hear from them? And this is so simple. Robert literally presses a button on Zoom every Monday and tells us what the hell's going on. And that right there, I know for me, knowing the vision, seeing the vision, hearing the vision weekly, that's been a game changer for me. And that's something that it comes back to communication. Simple stuff. How do you reach the masses of agents? And I can tell you guys, if you're not watching Motivational Monday, every single Monday, one is an LPT agent, and two, as an agent who's not an LPT agent, you want to find out what the hell's going on with LPT Realty and what's happening. It's a Zoom. You can join. You can watch. So what's your thoughts on that? That's something I've looked at, Dave. I said, this is so damn simple, yet no other real estate leader in the industry is doing it. And I believe it's a big reason why we're growing and people just know what the hell's going on.
yeah, you nailed it in a sense that he's present. He's present. He's doing the things every single week. He's even got these other masterminds that he's kind of running right now because we've launched some cooler stuff that some more benefits to the company. He's kind of leading the charge on that. Like just this whole thing with the August 17th when we had to switch over to this new way that the real estate business where we can't announce commissions any longer, and we have to have these BCA signed. And then we have what, 12,000, 13,000 agents, and they took 2 weeks to every day, like what, 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day, so agents could plug in at their convenience and learn how to really basically role play how to talk to people and get that buyer's agency commission agreement signed, or the buyer's representation, sorry, signed, right? And so like that to me was, man, that's pretty hands on. And I know some other brokerages led some things too, but to make yourself available 5 times a day for 2 weeks, and kind of put some other projects on the back burner to make sure all your agents knew what they were doing, like that to me was pretty special as well. But yeah, you're right. Just the presence of having the CEO and founder of the company get in there every day and tell us about interest rates, which he is the authority on, right? He does know more about that stuff. And so that's all we hear as realtors out here in the business, seeing somebody else's vision. Um, I never really saw other people's visions. I shared with you that, GK, uh, people can figure out who that is, but never really, his vision was already almost intact and pretty much done. Who knows where it was going after that? But at that point in time in my life, I was really just an agent, right? And then building a team. Went with EXP. Glenn Sanford had a vision. That was his vision. Didn't buy into it. He never really sold it to me. Never told me about it. Never told other agents about it. I feel with Robert Palmer, every Monday he's there telling us where the vision, where he's at in his vision and what he's adding to it, to that's going to benefit all of us. And so him pouring us into us, like I said, all the way down the pipeline, from an agent that does maybe 2 to 3, 5 deals a year up to the ones that can do 500 a year, is that we're all part of the growth of this company, and he's making us feel like it, if that makes sense. And so that's pretty excited than just showing up every day and the rigmarole of just kind of selling houses every day, or that's all we do. There's some more facets to the company where we get to see it grow. Some of us get to be a part of it as much as we want to be. We can plug in at the highest level. We could just kind of do whatever we want, as far as like, I just want to come and sell 5 homes a year, 6 homes a year, 5 homes a month, whatever. I can do that. If I want to take on some leadership roles, I can do that within my own organization and attract to the company and help it grow there. And I'm incentivized for it, right? So uh, one thing that I hear all the time from agents is that I don't want to be with a company that recruits people. I don't want to be with a MLM or anything like that. It's like, hey, look, this type of company, it's up to you. That's the most exciting thing about LPT, is that it's up to you how you want to build your business. If you only want to do a couple deals a month, a couple deals a year, knock yourself out. If you want to attract, if you want to earn stock, if you want to do all these things, you've got the opportunity to do so. And it's really up to you. This guy's laid out his vision. You, as one of the agents under the LPT umbrella, are part of that vision. So plug in, don't plug in. That's the exciting thing about the growth of this company. And that's why I think that it's gone gangbusters with, not only just all the other stuff we mentioned, all the benefits of the company, but just kind of seeing the CEO, the founder of the company, so involved, and every day, every week telling you, hey, look, I'm going to do this. And then he goes and does it.
Talk about this, Dave. It's like you said something, and you said you can plug in, you don't have to. One neat concept, we talked about Robert communicating, and that's really important. I think it's a thriving force on why we're doing so well. Secondly, as simple again as this is, agent choice, where we allow agents to choose the plan, choose to pay a monthly fee, choose to participate. It's just that choice. Talk about that concept of agent choice. I believe it's probably the number one factor in the growth of our company. But talk a little bit more how important, and again, it's nothing revolutionary. Hey, let's give agents a choice versus, one way to join us. Talk about that a little more.
Yeah, I don't know right now. It seems to be the one size fits all model is for some people. I'm seeing the mass majority of people and agents out there. The choice is theirs to make, and that's exciting all its own. Is you have the opportunity to actually really grow your business this time around, if this is your second brokerage or your third brokerage or your fourth brokerage, and if you've been with a small brokerage before or a big box brokerage, now these choices that are laid out for you, you get to kind of like, it's almost like an a la carte menu, to where you get to just take off the shelf what you want, put that in your grocery basket, go to the front and say, look, I'm eating for free this month. It's like any of my fees are based on my performance. So if I go sell a house, no matter if it's a $5,000 commission or a $50,000 commission, I'm paying $500. Some people want that. They just want more of their hard-earned money. They were tired of the big splits. Boom, that's a la carte. I don't need a website, all this fancy stuff. I have all my business based off of open houses. Great. I do all my stuff off listing and I don't need anything. Well, cool. We've got these tools for you here where we do like this free marketing here. Like every single listing I take, I get one of these boxes. And whether I use it all or not, I've got it. And the best things about this so far is it helps me win the listing because now I've got something tangible to put in their hands. And I hear the smart ass agents saying things like, well, I'm a digital marketer. I'm like, your clients don't know what that means. My 65, 70-year-old client doesn't know what digital marketing means. He doesn't know what a Facebook ad is. And so when I can put something in their hand, it helps me not only just sell my services, but it shows them that I'm doing something for them. Like I've already started. I recently used it. Little success story, real quick. Was I recently used it, and the client was like, "David, you blow me away with all of your stuff you have, like all this stuff, the sign writer, and these beautiful flyers inside the house. And I know that you sent out a handwritten postcard with our house on it to everybody in the neighborhood right here." And I was like, "Yeah, well, just on the street, but." She's like, were you always this creative? And I was like, I wasn't until I joined this brokerage because now I get to go create it and just have it sent to me. Like these aren't necessarily my ideas. So that was kind of cool.
Well, you mentioned that, David, is that, we made it simple for you. And not that you couldn't do that or can't do it. I was actually having this conversation with an agent in California the other day, and he was the same way. Like, no, I'm a digital marketer and things like that. And look, there's nothing wrong with that. Why not do both of them? Because this part's free. But then also what I found about digital marketing and anything along those lines, the moment you stop paying is the moment it goes away. Plain and simply put, these listing power tools, you get that piece of paper, you get that flyer, you get that sign writer, that door hanger, you put it on someone's house. Yes, do some people throw it away? Absolutely. But the fact is that some people actually put it on their refrigerator. Some people put it on their kitchen table, their living room table. And when the time comes, and if you're consistently communicating with that person, I tried to relay this message, guys, like, dude, that person that you're marketing to or advertising to on Facebook or YouTube or Google does not know you. They don't like you. They don't trust you. And they're not going to potentially do business with you based on that. But if you came to their house, knocked on their door, offered some value, sat down and met them face to face, you'll win that every time. It's the way I built my business back, 10, 15, 20 years ago. And guess what? It's no different. But for some reason, in the real estate world, and we wonder why agents are not succeeding at a high level and getting out the business more lately than ever, is because of this sole reason right there. And again, if you just join LPT Realty, you get your box for free, and then you get this choice to upgrade, like I said, a la carte. Oh, I took this luxury listing. I can pay this to have luxury marketing. I can pay this to do this also. It's so neat, man, and so different. I can't believe no companies come up with it.
To touch on that real quick was right now we're being so innovative that I'm having a hard time keeping up with the services that they're given to us, and so they're like, oh, so and so's already, we just launched it. And I'm like, where did that come from? Like, how did I not know about that? I'm on every Monday morning mastermind there is. Like, how did I not know about that? And just kind of like releasing stuff. So the value's there. Like you talk about value, I say it's beat up. I'm plugged in all over the place with coaching and all some other stuff. And so that value is beat up. But I think for a lot of agents, the value word's not beat up. And I think wherever they are, if they're just traditional brick and mortar in their small town or even a big town, and they're not used to a cloud-based brokerage and how we do business, they've only heard about how they do business and all we do is recruit or whatever else. Couldn't be further from the truth. I don't do anything for recruiting. I'm a big social media guy. We talked about digital marketing. I'm a big social media guy. Anybody that I've had in my downline has reached out to me to join LPT, and said, hey, I'm interested. Tell me more, and I send them a link. And if they're interested, boom, we go from there. If they're not, it's not for them. I don't pursue them other than to say, hey, wanted to check in. Did I answer all your questions for you? Everything you had. I don't actively recruit. I'm not sitting over here dialing for dollars or anything like that with agents.
Real estate first, and think about, and even I had to wrap my head around this because obviously I left a company that focused a lot on revenue share. And when I left, I was like, oh, man, I'm going to lose all this money. The money won't be coming in monthly. But then, I moved. I saw in your pamphlet you had Rosemary Lane. I moved to Rosemary Beach, Florida here. I was like, if I sell one house here every quarter, I'm making more money off that sale than I would off the revenue share at my previous company. But again, I rabbit holed myself into one concept. And again, that's why I like the saying, real estate first, agent choice. You can choose to sell more homes. You could take these tools that we're giving you. You have to sell real estate with us. And I love that concept. And even myself and many others who really didn't sell real estate for years. I quit selling real estate for a few years back in the game, selling real estate, not focused 100% on revenue share. However, I've done very well in the revenue share model. And I believe I was telling one of my guys this morning in Houston, I was like, I had to let go of it. Well, once I let go of this concept of stressing, recruit, revenue share, agent attraction, it started flowing and coming to me. So it was a really neat concept. And the company's really, I definitely give credit to Robert Palmer.
The success of the company is going to sell itself, and then our individualism, our success as Dave Snowberger, a top selling agent in Austin, Texas, and they start to see the brand that you're with, right? So when I was with KW back in the day, we were one of the top 5 teams in the Austin area, right? So we sold a lot of real estate, and then it was pretty easy to try to attract people to the company then. They would either come check out Keller Williams, which I was incentivized through not profit share, but revenue share, right? And so, I never really received anything from that. And so I never really paid attention and poured into people back then as much as I do now, right? So I'm more incentivized these days with profit share and with the stock than I am anything else to make sure that anybody that is interested in the company and we attract to the company, that I make sure I pour into them as much as possible. I want them to be successful. I want them to be successful. And then anybody they bring in under them, I want them to be successful. And then all that does is leans toward the credibility of the company as a whole. Right. And so that means for me in the Austin, Texas area, instead of driving into a neighborhood and seeing a bunch of red and white signs from KW or a bunch of Compass signs or EXP signs, is that we're going to start seeing more and more LPT signs, which lends to the credibility, right? And so they come into a neighbor sees that Anthony's got the house down the street, says LPT on it. I know a neighbor coming into that same place. They call me and say, hey, look, I saw your new listing over in the neighborhood at 123 Main Street. And I'm like, that's not me. I look it up. I'm like, oh, that's Anthony. But I got credit for it. It built my credibility that I'm doing business in the area. So the more successful agents we have, it all starts from the bottom. Once we just start pouring into each other, what's that saying? All ships rise in a high tide. And that's really been my mindset for the past year and a half that I've joined this company.
Yeah, no, good stuff, man. Well, Dave, thank you very much for your time, man. I know we've been meaning to do this interview for a while. Super excited to be partnering with you. Super excited for the growth of LPT Realty. Now, let's see where it goes, man. But I can tell you the future's bright. And guys, if you are interested in hearing more or finding out more about LPT Realty, I highly suggest you reach out to Dave. He's an amazing agent, amazing leader. One of the few guys that I met in a long time that have a skill set, have the background to truly help you grow your business.